You're listening to the Grit to Growth podcast. Real talk with real business owners and professionals who built their freedom the hard way and now want more time, money, and impact.
Hello and welcome back to the show, everyone. Today's conversation is about food, but not in the way we usually talk about it. This isn't about trends or strict rules. This is about how food connects culture, health, and simple joy of gathering around the table. I'm Levi to Slaa with Mailbox Money, and today my guest is Sanaa Abourezk. If I'm pronouncing that right, you can correct me.
Close enough.
Sanaa, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. We were talking before the show, and as of the time of this recording, we're really appreciative to get your time because the Sioux Falls Burger Battle is going on right now here in January, and that is no small task. I know it's a busy time for everyone who's a part of it.
Yeah, it's a big thing for downtown, and this is the first year we enter, so for me, it's really a big thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's get into that a little bit, but before we start on that, could you give people maybe a little bit more personal background on yourself and how you got to where you're at today?
So it's a long story. I'll make it short. I was born and grew up in Damascus, Syria. It's the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. So we have all these culture. We still have the spice market, all the stories you read, it's still there. So I grew up with spices and food and wonderful culture. Then my dad was a farmer. So my undergraduate degree is in agriculture engineering. And
wow.
Yep. So then I decided to come to America to get PhD in horticulture, supposedly to go help my dad. Long story short, I ended up getting master's degree in food and nutrition. And then I went to DC, from California. I went to DC in order to help my parents. They were paying for my education. I met my husband, Jim Abourezk, in DC. He's from South Dakota. And after I said, I do, he said, oh, by the way, I'm moving home.
You need to come back with me.
Yep. So we came first to Rapid City and we lived in the hills, and some things happened in your life, and honestly it's like it's a way to push you to do what you like. I worked as a dietitian, but I love people, I love crowd. I didn't like where I lived in Rapid City, so we moved to Sioux Falls. Jim's office was upstairs, and we entertained. People said, oh, you should open a restaurant, and here I am. 23, but that's how it happened, the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Yep.
For those who haven't been to your restaurant, where are you guys located?
We are, I think it's called Uptown. We are on the 8th Railroad Center. Just for the young people, it's right on the same boardwalk as Remedy and across from Monk.
Very cool. Has that been your first and only location?
Yes, for 23 years.
23 years. That's impressive.
Years. They gave me 6 months. They said, nobody will eat your food. It's too spicy, too weird. And that's the best thing you do for any person, especially women. If you challenge us, you're going to prove you wrong.
Yes. I'd say 23 years is certainly proving them wrong on that one.
Yep.
Very good. So you kind of touched on the inspiration on starting. Friends, while you were hosting, said, why don't you open one? Was it ever a dream of yours to open a restaurant, or did that just kind of come at that moment?
Actually, all my life, I loved food and I loved to cook. But my parents, it's like anybody, you hear the stories from people overseas, engineer or a doctor. That's it. Because they feel this is your ticket to have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to cook. But my parents said, absolutely no way.
You can't make a living off that, I'm guessing.
Cook. How can you pay for your... So like I said, I'm an agricultural engineer. And only when I married Jim and he walked into the house and I'm freaking out. I want people, I want crowd. And he said, Sanaa, everybody like your food. Like I said, from the entertaining we do, why don't you open a restaurant? So he pushed me And it was a crazy, crazy move because I never own a business anywhere in the world. And restaurant business is one of the toughest business.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm so grateful for him to stand by me and for the people of South Dakota to support me that I actually succeeded, even though it was a crazy step that you should be trained with other restaurants before you actually open your own. But yeah, I am.
Hey, I think you did just fine. Would you mind giving us some of the things that people would find on your menu?
So we have something is called fatire, which they're very popular. Fatire is almost like a calzone or an empanada. It's a dough with something in it. The idea is that first it's a neat sandwich because after it goes in the oven, 500-degree stone oven, nobody touched it with their hand. So it's nice and clean. And second, as I watch people eating a sandwich when you bite and then everything falling apart. So this one, the fatire is everything enclosed. So it's neat and nice. And then we have from vegan to vegetarian to beef to chicken. So it's not our restaurant, not strictly vegetarian. We have all the options. And then we make a daily soup. We make salads. Basically, it's based on the Mediterranean diet. We don't have fryer. I think I'm the only restaurant in the country that we don't fry. Zero. We have no fryer.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
No.
I think we get a little overloaded on the frying of stuff.
I agree. And but the most popular dish we have is called chicken shish tawuk. It's chicken pieces cooked in our unique sauce. That's the most popular dish we have. And usually what we do to entice a new customer, we just, okay, you want to try it? And after they taste it, they're game.
I love it. You were mentioning, I think I need to rethink. I get from my daughters when I'm eating my sandwiches. They say, "Dad, you got food in your beard, so maybe I need to start eating the way you do."
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the food. I mean, my husband, he used to brag that his shirts, they always have food on them.
That's amazing. Speaking of enjoying, you've emphasized that food is more than fuel. It's culture, tradition, and connection. Why do you think that idea sometimes gets lost in modern food conversations?
I think, people are busy. And I don't like to badmouth anything, but food is becoming an industry, a factory than actual food. We overschedule ourselves, so we end up eating in the car driving. And there is first, you don't get the nutrition value, but also you don't get the pleasure, because the idea of a meal is to sit around with your friends or with your family and have a conversation. And that's by itself, it makes your level of anxiety goes down. You savor the food. And because the way we schedule ourselves, schedule our kids, and then we're eating all this processed food, we are losing all of this stuff. And now I see a movement, little bit to go back, at least once a week, have a family meal with no cell phone and talk
That's
about
important.
Daily's event. Then you find out what your kid is anxious about. You find what they're excited about. A conversation in the car is not a conversation.
No, that's very good. That gets me into your being intentional there. Obviously, you're very intentional with the ingredients that you're using, fresh, real, whole ingredients. What changes do you see in people when they start eating that way?
Well, first thing is they realize that, I thought I never liked garlic. It tastes good. Oh, I thought I would never like spicy food. Oh my God, it tastes good. That's first. Second, when, most of the time when you eat healthy, your body reacts. If you pay attention, when you eat processed food, you're feeling stuffed. Even if you eat 2-3 bites, because you're eating chemicals. It shouldn't be called food, in my opinion. But when you're eating healthy food, you start by chewing. You're eating fresh vegetables. So you're actually using the first step of eating. That's chewing. Then, you're digesting, you're getting all the nutrients. You're not as stuffed. You feel good. You sleep better. my staff making noise.
That's all right. It's good to see that people are out there working.
Yeah, and then you savor, when the moment you chew, you savor the food, you eat less, so you don't gain as much weight. And then your blood, I'm going you through that whole circle. Then you test your blood. You have good blood tests, your cholesterol going down, your triglyceride going down. So it's a chain reaction. You might not see it right away, but then you'll feel it.
Very good. So now let's get back to you mentioned that this is your first year doing the Sioux Falls Burger Battle. Tell us a little bit more about it. What have you been noticing being in it? Are you happy being in the Burger Battle?
I'm very happy to be in it. For me, it's like I said, we don't serve burger. We have, I do ethnic food. I'm trained actually in Italy for sauces and in France for baking. But for me, I want Italian restaurant to have their own niche. My Middle Eastern restaurant to have own niche. So intentionally, I never made burgers. However, I found, my friend, they're like having a date. Oh, today we have to try this place and all this excitement. So, and last year I thought, it was for some reason last year it was more excitement. So I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to get on the excitement. And, I realized it's true. People want to try, they want to taste the different one, they want to judge. We're having customers who never been to my restaurant. They're afraid to try my food. But now because I'm on the burgers circle, they are trying the burgers and then they're trying something else. So I'm gaining new customers. And, it's good to have now we have 50 restaurants. So it's like we have a whole community, we talk to each other. How are you doing? I love it.
That is very fun. Yeah, because you 8th and Railroad, there's several restaurants located right with you, and that's awesome that you guys get to communicate and see run tips and tricks by each other.
Yep, and competing. We're still friendly competition.
Friendly competition is good. It's what it's all about. Very good. Well, I'm happy. Were you noticing, I believe the reason why they started the burger battle is because January is traditionally a slower time, right? Were you guys kind of noticing that trend as well?
Yes, last year actually, it was the slowest January in 23 years last year. Wow. And that's another reason that I thought, okay, let's enter the burger battle. So it's a wonderful idea, I think, to bring all these people downtown. Because, when somebody comes to your restaurant, they trying the burger battle, but then they saw your menu. Now they're curious to come back again to try something different.
Very good. Well, I'm glad it's working out the way it was intended. So very good there. You mentioned to me you're the only vegan burger, which was I shared a small story of it would have been good for me last year to have one. I had a gentleman that I was taking care of. What inspired it to be a vegan burger?
Well, mostly I'm known for my vegan vegetarian food to start. The way I look at stuff. When you have O negative type blood, so you can donate to all type of food, all type of people, right? So for me, that's how I look at the vegan food. Meat eater, they can eat it. Pescatarian can eat it. Vegetarian can eat it, and of course, so anybody can have it. But if you are vegetarian or vegan, you cannot have the meat one. So at least I gave that option. But also, I wanted to challenge myself and challenge people to taste something beside meat. So it's nothing made. There is no fake meat or anything. It's all made from vegetables and nuts. So that's why I'm really happy, because we make it here ourselves, mix it and everything. And I basically practice for a whole month, different combination. And I'm so happy. People actually, they love it. And now they ask me to have it permanently.
Wow, that's the ultimate compliment right there.
I know.
Yeah, and I love your philosophy. Cast a wide, narrow yourself down, casting a wider net. That makes all the sense in the world to me.
Absolutely, yes.
Has there? Were you able to get from people who have previously been in the burger battle kind of an idea of how many you need to prepare a day, or did the first little bit catch you way off guard?
Well, let's put it this way. no way even close to the guys who win. They sell 6,000 burger a month. Yeah,
Wow.
no, for me, I make, like I said, I make them. It's a 4 different main ingredient and then spices. So I only make 30 a day. And
Okay.
we make the bun in the restaurant, we make the sauce in the everything. So when we sell the 30, we're done.
Done.
This way, I'm able to maintain the quality I want because we're having our full menu. We still have our regular customers, and we are a small staff. So 30, I can control everything. I control the taste, the texture. And like I said, now we're getting people who want to buy it later. I mean, they said if you can make it and they can take it home to bake it. So number-wise, I'm not even going to be close. But flavor-wise, as of downtown Sioux Falls, as of Friday, because at the end of every week, they send you your rating. Flavor-wise, I'm number 2 out of 50.
Congratulations.
I know. I was like beyond shocked, but happily shocked.
Very good. Kind of you mentioned about teaching people. You guys do food classes, right?
I used to do
You used to?
and I used to do it in the restaurant. During COVID, COVID was bad, but also my husband was sick, and it was very hard few years. So I that's why also I stopped doing dinner. And what happened is, so after all of this, my staff, they told me, we like going home early. We like not to work at night. So that's why we only do lunch. So what I did, I switched now to Instagram. So I teach on Instagram, and
Very cool.
Yeah. Anybody who send me like a question, like, I saw these vegetables or I ate this at your restaurant, would you share the recipe? Then I just make a video and I share it on my Instagram.
That's amazing. That kind of goes back to that casting a wider net. Would you mind sharing where people could find you on Instagram?
Absolutely. I mean, you never say no to free publicity, right?
Exactly.
So it's my name, Sanaa, S-A-N as in Nancy, A-A, Cooks, C-O-O-K-S 27, Sanaa Cooks 27. That's my Instagram. And I do 1 recipe a week. And then I answer questions, give tips, stuff. Yeah.
How is it? People, are they direct messaging you with their questions, or do you have is that the best way to go about that?
So I get usually I tell people, if you have longer questions, email me, and then some people still message me also on Messenger, and I check it Friday. I go over them and I answer like, okay, I can't eat ginger. What else you can replace it with? So I'll answer them, all the stuff. Or would you give me the recipe? I had a soup on Tuesday at your restaurant. I really like it. Would you share the recipe? Then I send them the recipe.
Amazing. That is really cool and neat. I will have to check that out sometime.
Good.
I got in my family, I got forced to if my wife's listening, I love her. But when we first got together, I was forced to learn how to cook because she refused to, because she was not a good one. And so I will have to check it out and sharpen my skills that way.
Yeah, I have my friend actually, the same. She's Syrian too. And, supposedly we all should know to cook. She hates to cook. And her husband is the best. He's an engineer, but he makes the best food ever. So, I mean, not everybody has his own thing. My sister, full-blooded sister, we grew up the same household. She is the cleanest, neatest person. She's a doctor ever, but she can't boil an egg. And I'm the opposite. I'm neat, but not as neat as her, but I love to cook. So nothing, like everybody has his own thing.
Sanaa, is there anything coming up maybe in the near future or plans in the next couple years or so that has you really excited?
So, I mean, I posted it on Instagram message stories, and I'll do a post. I actually just came from Las Vegas. I went for a casting show for Shark Tank.
Really?
Yep. So during COVID, I kept my employees full-time, full job, full salary, but we had to make some money. So we start making the same food, but we make it into food packages.
Uh-huh.
that became popular. People asked me to keep it even after we reopen. So now I want to start it all over the United States, God willing. So, yep, this weekend I was in Las Vegas. They had a casting, for people to get them on the show. So I don't know if I will make it, but I'm, that's what I did. So I'm hoping I do make it on Shark Tank, and I hope I get a deal. So then you'll have food all over the country.
Well, if you, my guy's Mark Cuban. I'm a big Dallas Mavericks fan. So if you get there, go for him.
Actually, he was my favorite, but this year he didn't want to do it this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's been doing it a lot of years now too. Yeah. But regardless, I'll be praying and thinking that hopefully that something good happens there.
I hope so. So that's one thing. Another thing is I might start doing like a baking lessons for kids to start them to eat fresh vegetables, fresh bread. I'm just waiting to see the weather-wise, and we'll do our fundraising, we'll do our event. So you have to keep moving to stay alive.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I always like to say, if you're not growing, you're dying. So I'm glad to hear that you have exciting things on the horizon. For speaking of promotion wise, where can people follow along and learn more about these things that you're doing?
So I am quite active on Instagram, and Instagram is linked to Facebook. So if we have an event, this is fun thing. I like to raise money. Hunger is my issue. Let's put it this way, and especially child hunger. So I might start doing. I love dance. Anybody who watch my Instagram, I'm a dancer. So we might have belly dance lessons as a fundraising for Hungry Heart of Sioux Falls. That's to pay for school lunch for kids. So keep watching on Instagram, because I might do it once a month. Ladies and gentlemen who wants to learn to belly dance and have a good time, we'll do it. Then cooking shows. So mostly on Instagram, and it's linked to Facebook, but I'm more active on Instagram. So Sanaa Cooks 27. Somebody had Sanaa Cooks, so I had to add the 27.
Put the 27. I get it. It's hard to get those usernames and stuff. We'll be sure to throw that in our show description as well.
Thank you.
Well, Sanaa, thank you for the work that you've done, not just feeding people, but helping them rethink their relationship with food and reconnecting with other people. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be with us and share with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored. Thank you.
Of course. And thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Know someone with serious grit and a great growth story? Send them our way at grittogrowthpodcast.com/guest.